Okay, yep, we're good to go. Go for it. Yeah. All right, so welcome. I am going to invite you to start in a comfortable seated position. Lift the spine, and I just want us to take a pause so you can get a little bit of an idea as to where we'll go in the practice today. All right, so bring the hands together in front of the heart. Take a couple of breaths, and as you breathe, let your eyes close. And as your eyes close, just let yourself tune your senses to the room around you. As you have the eyes closed, you've tuned into the room around you. Tune into your breath. And throughout this sequence, I want to encourage you to breathe deeply, to make every breath as deep and expansive as possible. So find that in this beginning posture for yourself. A breath that's not too shallow, but it's not too intense. It's somewhere in the middle that serves you beautifully. As we're going to use the practice and use the breath to shake off some of the heaviness of what we're dealing with and living in right now. And let's see how we can use the practice for insight to embrace what we can do in this time. All right, so I'll invite you to take one more big breath in. Let the breath out. We'll start with a bit of warm-up. So just go ahead and circle the wrists. Got a little tongue-tied there. All right, stretch the arms, shrug the shoulders, just kind of feeling into the joints. Move the head around. All right, friends, take another big breath in, and then drop the hands to the legs. Start to round your back and arch your back. We'll warm up the center of the body. Breathing, again, I encourage you to make every breath as deep as possible. All right, one more time. Round the back, arch the back. And then if you're in a crisscross position with the legs, just swap that out. Take the arms up into the air, hold your hands, bend your elbows, lift your heart. And again, just take a breath, deepest breath you can into the lungs. While you're smiling up at the sky, feel the shoulders relax. Take one more expansive breath in. Let the breath out. And now begin to drop the hands and start to twist to the right. Twist all the way to the right and use your hands for leverage to sit tall. Big breath in, full breath out. Take a big breath in, full breath out. Take a big breath in, full breath out. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath. Your own timing. Unwind into center and lean forward. Stretch forward. Nod the head yes, and breathe into the low back. Breathe into wherever you feel your body is saying, hey there. Thanks for practicing. And we're going to use the breath through some elements of air and fire. We're going to create balance and strength and vitality. So I hope you wore your clean underwear for this because it's going to get real exciting. All right, so sit up. We'll change the crisscross of the legs. Round the back, arch the back. Do that again. Round the back, arch the back. Again, stretch the arms out, up, high to the sky. Hands touch. Lift up out of the waist. Give more breath to the lungs. Bend the elbows. Let the elbows lift really high. Feel the triceps breathe. Feel the shoulders soften. Feel now as the face lifts, your collarbones smile up to the sky. One more big, big breath in. Full breath out. And now we'll release the hands. In doing so, begin to twist to the left. Twist all the way to the left. Hang out here. Make this twist your own. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Take a big breath in, full breath out. Inhale, exhale. One more. Inhale, exhale one more time. Unwind, lean forward, stretch forward. Feel yourself reviewing the content of this breath, right? So clearing the mind, but in clearing the mind, there might be some stuff that comes up, yeah? So just feel, inhale, you take in what you need, and exhale, let it go. So do that one more, full breath in, full breath out. All right, and then I'll invite you to come on up. We're gonna make our way onto our knees. And in doing that, I'm going to actually invite you to be the long way on your mat. So meaning that as you come onto your knees, you're going to look down and see the longest end of your mat out in front of you. Okay, so we'll start with hands on our hips, and we're going to begin with a gate pose. Right foot extends out to the side. And I always think this is a cool place to play the position of your foot and feel that the knee is below the hip. So that might mean a little bit of a leaning back, leaning forward. And then really feel, take a second, look at your foot that's behind you and find the alignment where your heel is behind the knee. So it might naturally come sort of more in the midline of the body. For a lot of us that happens. I would say don't have it go too far out to the side. It's just right behind you. Take your arms up into the air, reach up, stretch up, and take a big breath in. And a full breath out. Take a big breath in. And a full breath out. Inhale, activate with the body. So it's not just about holding the shape. It's about being active. Hands, arms, legs, core. Take one more big breath in. Full breath out. And then lower the hands, bring the knee onto the mat, and then right away to the other side. So reach out through the leg. So again, find the positioning of hip above the knee and take a peek at the foot. This is a little sign of things to come. So get involved with the foot behind you, right? It's very unusual. It's pretty cool. It's not our everyday experience. Again, I encourage you to breathe. Take the arms out, take the arms up, and we hold this shape, but we don't hold the breath. Engage with your body as much as you engage with the breath. Take another big breath in and a full breath out. Give it another big breath in and a full breath out. One more. Big breath in, full breath out. Again, release the hands. Switch to the first side again. So now it's feeling a little bit more familiar where I put the foot behind me, where I place the foot out to the side. So together, hands in front of the heart. And now extend the left arm out to the side. Go really far, reach far. Push down into the right foot as you then bring your left hand down and take the right arm up. Straight overhead or at a diagonal. Big breath in, full breath out. Do you look down or do you look up? Big breath in, full breath out. Feel if the head is forward of the body. Lean it back. Big breath in, full breath out. I encourage you, one more expansive breath. In, let it go. And then use the same strength and focus to rise up. Good amount of core there. Hands together in front of the heart. Knee comes down, and then we'll switch over to the other side. Okay, so the foot is off to the side. You've got one foot behind you, together, hands in front of the heart. Pause, and then right arm reaches out to the side. And then as we're reaching out, we're leaning over. It's a side body stretch to get the hand down to the ground as you power down into the left foot and take the left arm to the sky. Look down, look up, keep breathing. Big breath in, Full breath out. Arm could go overhead at a diagonal. Full breath in. Full breath out. Give some space in the shoulder and neck area. Big breath in. Full breath out. Let's give it one more focused breath. Feel where you're engaged, where you're connected. Use the body full of strength, full of vitality to create balance, and you could slowly come up, hands together, knee down, take a breath. Okay. So now I'm going to invite you up onto your feet. I'm going to turn to the side. You could do the same if you want. So now you could see, I'm going to stand in the middle of the mat. We could look out ahead, see the short end of the mat. And what we're going to do is we're going to build a chair pose. So find your footing. I don't want my feet too close and I don't want my feet too wide. So now begin to find that position for yourself. Bend the knees, sink your butt back. Try a little bit of a pelvic tilt. Find the place that's just right for you. Steady in the stomach, free in the low back, very stable. And then take the arms out, take them up. Big breath in, full breath out. Big breath in, full breath out. Engage with the whole body. So this isn't just about making a pose, it's about being active. Feet, hands, breathe. Expansive breath. Use your legs, use your core strength, soften the shoulders, soften the jaw, and give yourself one more big breath here. All right, stand up, stretch up. Hands together, right in front of the heart. So now what I'd like us to practice is the beginning of a pose as if we were going to dive in a pool at the water's edge, okay? So keep the legs straight, push your butt back, lean your heart forward, create a full long breath here, and then once you're at about the halfway point, extend the arms back. Big breath in. Full breath out. Big breath in. Full breath out. Option to begin to lift the heels a little or a lot. So we feel like we're about to dive forward into the water to splash around and have some fun. Big breath in. Full breath out. And then give yourself one more big breath. Engage fully with the feet. All right, heels down, stand up, stretch up, hands together right in front of the heart. All right, friends, step up to the short end of your mat now. Then let's go like this. Let's stand right foot back. So we're going to move ourselves now into a high lunge. So make sure you've got a good distance between the feet. Bend your front knee. Feel your feet, feel your legs. Take the arms up, but look straight ahead. Big breath in, full breath out. Use the strength of the feet. Keep breathing. Use the strength of the legs. Breathe on. Lift the spine. One more big breath. Energize the hands. And then let's exit out. Hands in front of the heart. Lean forward, step forward. Take a pause. Second side. Step the left foot back. Good distance, so not too short, not too long. Wide between the feet, not too narrow. So steady the back foot. Engage through the hips, through the pelvis. So your front knee is bent. It's above the heel. Look straight ahead and sweep the arms straight up over your shoulders. And we'll pause here, but we're going to keep breathing together. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhalation. Exhalation. Inhale. Exhale. One more big breath. Together with the hands in front of the heart. Lean forward, step forward. Pause here. Take a breath. Now we're going to add a little bit of energy to that same shape. So again, at the short end of the mat, go ahead and step the right foot back. Bend the front knee. I'm going to recommend that together we begin with the hands on the hips to square the hips to the short end of the mat. We're going to lift the heart, lift the gaze, lift the heart, lift the gaze, creating a back bend. Hands to the hips can remind us of that pelvic tilt to create stability in the low back, to radiate a lift in the spine. Now here we are, friends, a few more breaths. You can keep hands to the hips, shoulders back, possibly arms go forward, they rise up, they lean back. But let the lean back come from your heart, from your throat, not a drop of the head, not a reach of the arms. One more big breath in. Hands together in front of the heart, lean forward, step forward, pause. Side two. Step the left foot back. Position yourself for balance. In that balance, get grounded in your breath. Feel the strength. Hips square to the short end of the mat. Hands to the hips, and you know where we're going with this lunge sequence, adding the back bend. So start to strengthen yourself. Feet, legs, hips. Lift the heart, lift the gaze. Lift the heart, lift the gaze. It starts to pour open, radiate out. Take another breath. That little bit of a pelvic tilt to give you stability with the option for the next few breaths to reach the arms out, up, behind you. But let that come from your heart. Let it be a length of the neck. Big breath in. Full breath out. Give it one more. All of your attention, expansive breath. Hands together, front of the heart. Lean forward, step forward. Take a breath, take a pause. We're going to add on to that. Okay. So I've prepared my pillow for my poor knee that I banged up. So we're going to repeat. Step the right foot back. Bring the right knee down. And now we are, if possible, in your body, we're trying to not be directly on the knee. So it's not just because I've just bruised my knee on a bike ride, but I'm actually trying to be a little bit to the top of the knee, a little bit more on the thigh. Firm up in the glute, firm up in both legs, hands to the hips. Same thing we just did in our standing lunge with a back bend. Now we've got the low lunge. Lift the heart, lift the head, lift the heart, lift the head, lift the gaze. Okay, give it another breath with the option to reach the arms out, up, lean back from the center of your center. Feel both feet strong, active, engaged. Breathe a conscious breath into your own vitality. You've got this, friends. Give it one more big breath in. Full breath out. Exit out. I'm going to touch down, lift the knee, and step forward. Exit out however you like. Big breath in. Stand up. Stretch up. Hands together in front of your heart. And now over to the second side. So preparing for that low lunge where we're going to bring the knee down. And I do often recommend that if you use a pillow on one side, that you use it on the other. So I've injured this front knee, but I'm still going to kneel on the other because we want to try to keep balance in the body. So that's just a little note for modification. All right. So again, we're not directly on the knee. Lean the hips forward, but in that forward, try to lift up into the body, lift up through the center, hands to the hips. We're going to lift the heart to lift the gaze. We're lengthening the neck. We're tipping the ears back. Few more breaths. Steady in the entire pelvic girdle. Hugging in to stretch the spine. You can add the arms as a little accessory here, if you will. Complementary opportunity to take in breath, to feel the air in the body, to enjoy your strength. Together, one more big breath in, full breath out. Let's go hands down, exit out. I'm going to step forward and fold. All right, take one more big breath. Now for the space that we need, we're going to keep in this position at the short end of the mat. If you use something in front of the knees, keep it. We're going to do this thing again. We're going to step the right foot back. We're going to bring the right knee down. And now what we're going to do is, as before, look at the foot behind you. Can you see that foot? Can you touch that foot? And then your other leg out in front. Can you straighten it? And we'll take the arm up into the air. Big breath. A really good modification. If you can only see the foot back there, you could go hand on the hip. Modify. Okay? You do as much as you can do right now. You could always revisit this shape. Big breath in. Full breath out. Now, if we're touching the foot back there, I do want to say, we're not just like collapsing onto it. I try to pretend like I'm lifting up. Like think about if you like a milkshake. You want to suck up that last bit of milkshake. It's that feeling. Try to reach up, stretch up. One more big breath. And then why don't we exit out however we want. I'm going to move on to hands and knees. Round the back, arch the back. Round the back, arch the back. One more time, round the back, arch the back. All right. And then just to go to the other side, we could step the right foot forward since we're already down on the knees, unless you did something differently. So we'll get together where our right foot is forward. We're on the left knee and start to look back. As you glance back at this foot, can you touch it? Now you already know if I can't touch it, that's okay. I'm going to put my hand to my hip. I'm going to use the strength of my legs. Hand touches if possible. Hand on the hip. Slowly inchworm the right foot away. Reach it, stretch it. Right arm up. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Use the same strength of the legs. Breathe in. Breathe out. Expansive. Inhale and exhale, and we'll go for one more breath. Really choosing this opportunity for self-care. And we'll exit out, hand down, bring the knee back. I'm going to recommend onto hands and knees. If you've got another move, live it up. Round the back, arch the back. Round the back, arch the back. Go for one more breath. And now we can segue into child or into down dog. You do you. Because of my knee really giving me some input here, I'm going to lift the knees and reach myself into a down dog. So wherever you go, whatever you do, I'm going to ask you to breathe 5 conscious breaths. I'm going to breathe and I'm going to be quiet for 5 breaths. On your next breath, walk yourself into a forward fold. If you have anything on the mat, put it off to the side. And now I'm going to ask you to stand. And we're going to revisit the long end of the mat. I hope you were able to enjoy that little bit of silence and stillness and hear the harmony of your breath. We're going to step the feet out wide. And we're going to create a warrior 2. And what I'd like us to do is start with the left foot. Turn the left foot out, bend the left knee, and reach the arms. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. And then give yourself one more deep breath. Arms rise up, straighten the knee. Hands together in front of the heart, turn your foot in. Right side, turn the foot out. Bend the right knee. How low do you go? Extend out. Warrior two. Engage. Hug the midline. Breathe. Expansive breath, my friends. Right now, we're going to do what we can to revitalize ourselves. Give this pose one more breath. Give yourself a chance to feel where you are. Good work. Hands up, hands touch, hands in front of the heart, straighten the leg, turn the foot in. Bring your feet to each other. Okay. So what we're going to start with is turning the left foot to the left. And I'm going to say turn it out to the side enough that you can play with coming to stand on that foot and come in and out of that a few times, because we're going to build this into a balancing half moon, meaning we're going to stand on the left foot. I'm going to touch the left leg and try to lift the right leg up, possibly parallel to the floor, possibly. Now, if you've got an in-home prop, such as a countertop, you could reach for that. Maybe use a little tissue box here or a book, and then your top arm, right arm could go up. Breathe in, breathe out. Anybody that's feeling a little sassy and really strong could bend the knee to reach the hand for the foot. Big breath in, full breath out. Big breath in, full breath out. And then let's plan to exit, and we'll just stand for a second. Fantastic. Let's try it on the other side. So turn the right foot out to the right. And I'm very specific with that because I want to watch out to support your knee and your hip. So feel into that. Rock onto the foot, come off of it. Really do what you need to do to get your balance with this. And then once you feel like you've got it, start to stand just on the foot. Start to lift the left leg. Start to support the right hand wherever it's best for you. In a home prop, maybe it's a bed, a bureau, a refrigerator. Lift the leg, possibly lift the arm. Breathe in, breathe out. Focus on your balance. And if it's not the physical component, get with your breath, the energy of the inhale and the exhale. And then some of us might like the option to bend the knee and reach back, right? Even if we can't quite reach back, we can go for the shape and really feel the delight of that engagement through the leg, through the core, in the shoulder. One more breath. I know you're doing great. You may not think that, so I want to let you know. All right, let's exit out. Hands in front of the heart. Take a big breath in and a full breath out. Okay. One more time, we're going to come onto our knees. We're going to face that short end of the mat. We're going to be on our knees. We've already practiced being present in our feet like never before. You get an A+ for this class on that. So see the feet behind you, lined up with your knees. Come off of the hands, and together, hands are on the hips, hands are on the low back. And what have we already done? We've got engaged with the southern hemisphere of the body. We've got engaged with the northern hemisphere. We're breathing into east and west of the lungs, east and west of the brain. It's all coming together. Harmony. Lift the head, lift the heart, stretch the neck. Do you look back and touch a foot? Your butt, a foot? Here you are. Glorious camel pose. Hug the shoulder blades on your back and lift your heart and smile. Big breath in, full breath out. This is it, one more breath, fully engaged, breathing expansively. Release onto the hands and knees, round the back, arch the back, round the back, arch the back. Now transition onto your back. Any final bit of movement that's right on for you. Okay? So as you come onto your back, getting grounded where you feel strong, notice. Where you feel a sense of balance, notice. You give any movement to yourself that feels good. I'm going to just say knees side to side. Take this final breath to slow down any movement and let the legs reach out. Let the legs find a shape that supports you to feel grounded, that supports your back. And now, one hand on the stomach, one hand on the heart. And now I want to be quiet so you can hear yourself breathe an expansive breath. Now find a gentle breath and acknowledge in yourself how you really took some time to work stuff out in yourself on this mat so you don't work this stuff out on somebody else off of the mat. Turn over to one side, hands to the earth, sit up. In your own time, bring your hands together in front of your heart. And again, take a steady breath in and a full breath out. Feel encouraged to breathe, to find peace, peace, peace. That rhythm in you that only you can add to your community, to this world, to the universe. We'll conclude with a song of Om. Let's take a nice big breath in. I ask you to bow your mind to your heart and remember that you are totally awesome. Till next time, my friends, namaste.